hope your day is going wonderful. Today I'm sharing with you a birthday card. We're using a new stamp set at Spellbinders created by Simon Hurley. It's called Birthday Party. There's a coordinating die set that we'll be using to cut out the images. Now these are very fun images because there is a solid image that can be stamped in a lined image. So if you want to Copic color or alcohol marker color, you have that option. But if you want to break out your inks, you also have that option too. We're going to use the balloons in the stamp set, so let's go ahead and start by doing some stamping. Now this is a balloon set that is 5 balloons. Let's go ahead and add our balloons. I'm leaving plenty of room down here so we can stamp the strings and the outline of our balloon. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Let's close up our stamp set. We're going to put the backing back on our stamp set. I'm going to place it under my stamping positioner just so I can see the lines a little bit better. Today we're going to be using Distress Oxide inks. I haven't used them in a while. We're going to give them a little bit of love. Okay, we are using Picked Raspberry, Carved Pumpkin, Mustard Seed, Mowed Lawn, and Salty Ocean. Now I have this in rainbow order because they're going to be overlapping on our balloons. Okay, and we're going to place these here. I'm using my finger daubers. And we're going to add ink to our balloons using some finger daubers. I'm going to start with this balloon here with Salty Ocean. We'll just pick up some color. And I'm going to go ahead and add this. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this. Okay, I'm leaving the ink on here. And then we're going to bring in Mowed Lawn. And we'll add our next color to our balloon. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this. My air conditioning went on and it's very loud, so I'm going to talk a little bit louder. The next color will be Mustard Seed. So let's add some yellow. This is the middle balloon. And I'm just overlapping a little bit. We'll stamp this. Wonderful. Our next color is Carved Pumpkin. I'm just tapping the ink on there. Wonderful. And then our final color is Picked Raspberry. Let's go ahead and pick up some color here and we'll add it. I want to add a little bit more. I think my Picked Raspberry needs to be re-inked. So we have a rainbow of balloons. I'm going to keep my inks out because we're going to ink blend the background, okay? Now I'm going to clean off my stamp and we're going to add our outline. I'm using my VersaFine Onyx Black ink for my outline. And we're going to go ahead and ink this up and stamp our balloon strings. I'm going to stamp it twice. While we have our panel in the stamping positioner, I'm going to stamp my happy birthday also. And I'm going to use my VersaFine ink for that also. Okay, this takes a little bit of time to dry. So while this is drying, we're going to bring in another panel and we're going to do some ink blending. I'm going to ink blend on my background, but I want some pattern on here. So I'm bringing in a background stamp from Simon Says Stamp. This is the Chevron pattern. Okay, I think that's going to create a nice pattern in the background. I'm going to add this to my stamping positioner. I'm going to treat my paper with some powder. And then I'm going to go over my background with my Versamark. Okay, let's take our background, and then I'm going to go over this with clear embossing powder. If you want to use white, you could use white also, but I don't use clear very often, so I thought we'd use some clear today. I'm going to use my heat gun, and we're going to melt this. My background's all nice and melted. I'm going to bring in my grit mat. Okay, now we're going to do a rainbow of color on our background, and I'm thinking I want it at an angle, and we're going to use the same colors of inks that we used for the balloons. I'm going to play a little bit of music while I do my ink blending, and since these are oxide inks, I'm going to use my blending tools. This is where I'm going to speed up the video and play a little music for you guys, and I'll be right back. Now I'm bringing in my Arch Labels and Tag die set, and what we're going to do is create a background with this. I'm not going to take the largest. I'm going to take one size smaller, and I'm going to die cut this out. Now I'm also going to create a shaped card today, so I'm going to die cut this out. To create my shaped card, I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and I'm just going to take a piece of cardstock, put it in at the 5.5 inch mark. And then I have my score tool. I'm going to score it. I'm going to line this up so the top of the arch, maybe about 1/4 inch is showing. And of course I did take my dies for my stamped images, and we're going to cut these out too. Okay, I'll run everything through my die cut machine and I'll be right back. I have everything die cut out, and I did die cut out a couple more of my arches. Okay, this arch is the same one as we used for our card. I just want it full on top because you see how we're missing a piece here. So what we're going to do is take this and add some glue to the base. And we're going to have, we'll go ahead and add this. Now our arch is full, and when you open it up, I'm going to take the background that we blended and put it on the front of our arch. It's been a while since I used my oxides, and I have to tell you, I kind of miss them. I really like the way they cover. It's so pretty. Okay, these two arches, we have two that we're going to layer together. I'm going to go ahead and place this in the center of my card base. Tack that down. And then we have our balloons here. We're going to pop up with some foam squares. This is going to go right in the middle, kind of overhanging the bottom. What I like too is if you want to use some black twine and tie a bow here at the bottom, you could. I'm going to take my happy birthday. I put foam on the left and right, some small thin foam strips. I'm going to add glue to the middle. This is going to overhang on those balloon strings. And we're going to go ahead and add our greeting. Okay, now, since it's a birthday card, we need some pizzazz. So I'm going to bring in my glazing glue. I'm going to go over the balloons. Okay. And I'm going to tap it to even out that that glaze and glue. I actually have a spot, let me see, right here that needs to be evened out a little bit. Okay. So we have some shiny balloons, but you know what we're going to do. If you're new to my channel, I do this often, but I'm going to take some unicorn confetti sparkly glitter. I'm just going to take a thin strip of cardstock here, and we're going to scoop it out here, and we're going to do a little tapping over those balloons. Wonderful. Oops, kind of made a mess. I'm going to tap this over my garbage can. Okay. And you can go as heavy. Love this little vacuum. I'll link it down below. This is from We Are Memory Keepers. If you lift the top, it has a USB charging port to where you can charge. And honestly, since the first time I showed you guys this years ago, I haven't had to charge it. To empty it, all you do is open it here and you just empty it out over the garbage can. And then you just twist it back on. There's a button that you push, and it picks up your glitter in little pieces on the quiet side, but a super nice little vacuum for the desk. Okay, I'm getting diverted. Now I am going to do one more thing. In my stash I have some crystal stars. These are from Buttons Galore. And we're going to add a few stars because it is a birthday card. And since I have my glaze and glue out, let's go ahead and add some stars. And that will finish off my card project for today. Thanks for sticking with me to the end as always. I appreciate you all. Everything that I used today is listed down below in the description area. And if you want to see still shots, head on over to my blog. I have that link down below too. Have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.